Hi Scorpio, this is Rebecca from Being Human Tarot. I apologize in advance. There's some construction-y noise outside, not like full-on drilling, but a persistent tapping. So I did close the window, even though it's very hot because it's June. But hopefully that will dull it a little bit. Also, off camera to the right, or I guess I don't know how this is probably showing up as my left on camera, but regardless, there's the tapping. Perchik, my parrot, is out, so he's making some tweets, but hopefully those just sound lovely and aren't distracting. So, let's get into your July 2018 forecast. You have an interesting one. I've pre-shuffled, as I always do, because I'm an awkward turtle shuffler, and it's just like not a cute thing to see on camera. And so this month we're doing a 5-card spread that includes where you are at the beginning of the month, your task at hand, your challenge for the month, your strengths, and ultimately your goal for the month. So we'll start with where you are this month, which is the 6 of Wands. So 6 of Wands is a pretty victorious card. I feel like I've gotten in the habit of saying, obviously, the 6 of Wands is such and such, of course, and I need to stop doing that because it's not obvious. Not everyone who watches these videos reads tarot, so I should stop doing that. But anyway, so you're starting off the month with a real sense of accomplishment, I want to say creative accomplishment because it is Wands, but it's something that you've been publicly noticed for, which is the best kind of recognition, because it's one thing to kind of have like your friends and family appreciate you and your loved ones, or even at work for like your coworkers to appreciate you. But sometimes when an audience that's a little beyond like your host of regular characters is able to see you and be like, yeah, like you're doing great, like maybe a project you had is in a national campaign, or I mean that's like one very specific example, but it could be like a host of things, right? So whatever, and it doesn't have to be work, it could be just a personal accomplishment. Could be something at home. Maybe you're getting recognized for it being like the best planner in your group of friends for like whatever kind of group that you're in that like celebrates a certain thing, like in the community or whatever. That was a very vague, strange example, but I think you get the point. Like you're at your top of your game here. Starting the month and you're feeling good, you're feeling victorious, and you should. You're getting the recognition you deserve, which is super positive. So your task of the month is judgment, which was also this was also Virgo's task of the month. And in this spread I really see it as not judging others harshly. But in the other spread it was kind of also like to trust your gut, which is always good advice regardless. But if you're on this literal high horse of the 6 of Wands here, riding proud and tall, then you might just want to check kind of the way that you're judging others. It can be easy to let that kind of 6 of Wands energy get to your head, and so as your task for the month, just make sure that you're being fair and considerate of the other people in your life, and not just sort of like letting your own personal achievements and accomplishments get to you in a way where you're losing perspective. You want to still kind of like stay grounded and fair and to those in your life. For your difficulties, it's funny, I think I want to say at least 4 readings this month have had the Seven of Pentacles. Not necessarily for difficulties, but have had it in the 5-card spread. So it's a prominent card for July for all the signs, it seems like, or for most of the signs, or many of the signs. And I feel like part of it is, you know, it's July. We only have June has already gone by. May is like a bit summery too. Part of May is when summer officially begins, and I feel like we're kind of like in the middle right now as July begins of the rest of summer. And if we haven't already done so, I feel like the signs are all getting senioritis of the like adult variety. When you've been working hard all year long, it's now nice outside, you want to get out, you want to take a vacation, you want to rest, and you know, thankfully this card is you've like achieved a ton of what you needed to get done, and so you now are ready for the next step and you can get some rest. And so, but still, as a difficulty, like maybe you're not quite ready for that rest yet, maybe you can't quite take a vacation yet, maybe you have to finish out some work before you're able to do that, or maybe you're not even in a position where you can take vacations, like maybe you don't get paid time off, which sucks, but is real for a lot of people. So it could be that you're just sort of burnt to a crisp, you know? Just kind of, you're just tired. Tired of work. You want to be out there in the sun, relaxing by the beach. Thankfully, in your strength, you drew the star, which is great energy as a strength, because it's sort of the opposite of if there was a being jaded card. It's you being hopeful and confident for the future. You're not letting this exhaustive kind of state like hold you down. Even if you don't have some immediate rest or break coming up, you know that eventually there are going to be great things for you. It doesn't hurt that you started the month feeling like a champ. So your strength is really just, it's a mental strength. It's your ability to be an optimist right now and not stay stuck in all of the negative possibilities, because it's so easy to do that. I mean, I'm a pessimist and people's optimism sometimes floors me. So with the star as your strength this month, you're shining bright. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. You're doing just fine. Even, you know, the setbacks that you have with being a little bit tired at work are not going to be any kind of real problem, because you have your eyes on the prize here. And then for your goal this month, you pulled another major. You pulled the Empress. So this is, so the Empress is often kind of thought of as like, as the mother of tarot, with associations with childbearing and, you know, kind of like historically stereotypical gender associations of being nurturing, being a caretaker. You can see she's even got the female sign. I guess it was a mirror in Greek mythology, if I'm remembering that correct. Maybe I'm not. But she also has, oh, I guess they're pomegranates all over her dress, which are, of course, like a very female symbology. But I kind of like to think of them as watermelons, because that just sounds more delicious to me personally. But so as a goal, I think the cards are really just asking you to embody her fulfillment. What is the word I'm trying to? Her embody the fulfillment she receives from life. And not necessarily, I don't have as strong associations with her as motherhood. For me, when I look at this card, I look a lot at the nature that she's in. There are these big, puffy trees. She's sitting just sort of luxuriously on a seat in a field. And so I think that your goal this month is to just sort of find like emotional and personal and spiritual fulfillment in the way that the Empress has. Sorry if I'm like wiping myself a lot. I'm very warm. And there's so many positive cards, right? You're already halfway there when you start this month because you're feeling so good. And I know that the energies are not exactly the same, but there's definitely a similar satisfaction. Also, you have this hopeful, I know that I can manifest good things. I know that good things are happening for me. And then with the goal of ultimately ending up in this Empress-like state where you're just the queen of your throne, you're calm, everything is as it should be, and you're just ready for your next step. So I see July for you, Scorpio, as really being a pretty satisfying time. Like not without like a tiny bump in the road of being a little bit tired of work, feeling a little bit held up, but overall you have so many great things in this reading. You have a lot to be proud of and a lot to look forward to. So I will pan in just a second. We'll pause and pan to the full spread in just a second so you can see it all laid out. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, like it. Would also love it if you subscribed, which you can click the bell button after subscribing next to the subscribe button, and that way you'll ensure that you get notified as soon as we upload the next batch of videos for the month, so that you'll have advance notice and be able to see as soon as possible when your reading is available for the month to come. So thanks, Scorpio. So there you can see the full spread and all of its sort of glorious positivity. Thanks for tuning in, Scorpio. See you next month.